I just have one item for all of you at the top, which is a week ahead, and I know there are a few topics to discuss today during our time together. On Monday, the President will host a celebration to mark Black History Month. He will be joined by the Vice President, Black members of the historically diverse Cabinet, members of the Congressional Black Caucus, state and local elected officials, civil rights leaders, and Divine Nine leadership. On Tuesday, as you are all tracking, the President will deliver his first State of the Union address. We will have more of his address to preview in the coming days. On Wednesday, the President and the First Lady will travel to Superior, Wisconsin to discuss how the bipartisan infrastructure law delivers for the American people by rebuilding roads and bridges and creating good-paying union jobs. And on Thursday, the President will hold a cabinet meeting. With that, Steve, why don't you kick us off?
The EU earlier today agreed to hold to place sanctions and asset freezes on Russian President Vladimir Putin and the Russian Foreign Minister. Is the United States going to follow suit?
Following a telephone conversation President Biden held with European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, and in alignment with the decision by our European allies, the United States will join them in sanctioning President Putin and Foreign Minister Lavrov and members of the Russian National Security Team. I expect we'll have more specific details out later this afternoon.
Thanks. Additionally, could you detail the level of support the United States government is currently providing operationally to the Ukrainian military and intelligence services as they try to fend off the Russian invasion? Is the U.S. continuing to send weaponry into Ukraine? Is it providing intelligence on Russian movements and tactical communications and the like?
Well, without getting into too many specific details that are sensitive for a range of reasons, we are continuing to deliver on the security assistance package that was announced earlier last fall. All of that has not been delivered yet. We're continuing to provide that assistance. Obviously, we remain in very close touch, of course, with President Zelensky. I think you may have just seen the readout that we just put out that included the President spoke with him earlier today again, and we are in very close touch from our national security team with members of his team as well, and we continue to consider a range of options to provide additional assistance.
And President Zelensky last night said he was target number one of the Russian military. Does the United States sort of have a warning to Russia in the event that that they were to target the Ukrainian president or attempt to capture him or to physically harm him?
Do we have a warning to them?
Yes,
well,
specifically regarding a head of state.
Well, let me first say that we have been warning for months for weeks, if not months, that Kyiv falling, that attempts to overturn the leadership of Ukraine is very much in the aspirations of President Putin. So their attempts to do exactly that and their continued progress in moving toward Kyiv and moving toward Ukrainian leadership is aligned with what we have predicted. Obviously, going after the head of state would be a significant horrific act by Russian leadership, but we remain in contact, as you all have seen from the readout we provided with President Zelensky. He's made clear that he's still in Ukraine, proudly and courageously standing up in the face of the Russian attack, and we are certainly continue to be concerned about the ongoing Russian assault on the country.
Topic, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention right now is announcing new federal mask guidelines that, including under them, 70% or so of Americans right now live in areas where they are no longer recommended to wear masks indoors in public settings. Is that guidance that will be followed here in the White House, as Washington, D.C. is now not an area recommended anymore for wearing masks indoors?
Sure. Well, we are evaluating our protocols. Obviously, this guidance is just going out now as we speak. I believe Dr. Walensky continues to provide a briefing call with some of your colleagues right now. D.C. currently has a mask mandate until March 1st. We have always followed the most stringent guidelines. That has typically been the CDC, so we will plan to follow that. And in the meantime, we are evaluating our protocols here at the White House. Go ahead.
On President Zelensky, in President Biden's phone call with him, did it come up whether President Biden bring up whether President Zelensky he thinks he should leave the country or not?
That is not. I don't have any additional details to provide. President Zelensky continues to serve as president of Ukraine. He continues to do that courageously in the face of attacks from Russian military. This was a call for the president to reiterate our strong support for him, for the Ukrainian people, and to reiterate and condemn the actions of the Russians.
And on sanctioning Putin and Lavrov, yesterday President Biden had said that that was on the table. What changed between yesterday and today?
Well, it has been under consideration and on the table for some time, as you know, and as I just conveyed, the president's strong view and strong principle from the beginning of this conflict, and even before, I should say, has been to take actions and steps in alignment with our European partners, and this is certainly evidence of that.
And just finally on that one, what does sanctioning Putin himself do in the opinion of this administration? A lot of analysts have said that this is more of a symbolic move than anything.
Well, without getting into any specific details, I know you're not exactly asking me this, but sort of about financial assets, et cetera. I will leave that to others to speak to. Certainly the the step that we are doing in alignment and in coordination with the Europeans just sends a clear message about the strength of the opposition to the actions by President Putin and the direction in his leadership of the Russian military.